Hello and welcome back to Box of Delights. In this video I want to show you a new game from Ragnar Brothers called Barking Up the Wrong Tree. As I'm making this film, it's already started on Kickstarter. It's a great filler game for 2 to 5 players, plays in 10 to 30 minutes and is at a great price, £11 if you're in the UK, including postage and packaging. This is a game about set collecting. We have sets of trees and we're going to collect and win these, compete over these using our dog cards. Alright, the more dogs you have barking up a tree, the more chance you have of winning that tree and adding it to your set. But there's a lot of strategy involved. The wonderful artwork is going to make it attractive to your family to play, but there's a lot of sneakiness going around with these cats and the timing of their play, how you compete and outwit your opponents fighting over these trees. You'll see that there's different numbers of trees. For the first tree you collect of one type, you're going to get 3 points. You'll still get points for the second tree, but this time only 2, and then 1 point for the third tree of any type. So you can see there's an incentive here to collect as many trees as possible, but the more unique trees you collect, the more valuable they become. So oftentimes you might say, well, do you know what, I've already got the oak, I don't necessarily want a second or a third, but if another player doesn't have it, you might still want to try and chase that tree to own it, to kind of take away points from them. So that's one of the strategies you can think of. So although it might only be gaining you 2 points, it'll be gaining them 3. So it's kind of netting you 5 points. And then you've got the play of these cats, and these cats are going to give options around what dogs you can play up which tree. A cat in a tree is going to attract a lot more dogs and give you lots more options. And the timing these things is the great kind of get you mechanism that allows you to outwit your opponent. If we look at the components, we'll see there's 10 different types of tree in different quantities. So some of these trees are going to be easier to get hold of and collect than others. Okay, there's only going to be 25 used for each game, so some of them are going to be left out as well. So there is going to be some variability in each of your games. And then you've got a whole bunch of dog cards, and these are the cards you're going to be using to kind of effectively bid or pursue these trees with. The highest or the best valued card is number 1, and they go from 1 to 10. So if 2 or more players are bidding for the same tree, the guy with the lowest numbered dog, the highest rank, would break any ties. Okay, the most dogs wins a tree, the highest rank in case of equality. Alright, then we've got some cat tokens, and we're going to look at those coming into play as we get into a quick demo of the game, and cat cards that put those into play. And then we've got our first player token. Alright, now there's some little secrets in the way that these quantities have been determined. I'm going to let you discover those for yourself, but it does mean that even the kids amongst you will be able to figure out which trees are the most valuable or the most rare and worth potentially the most compared to the other trees. Right? Which ones are more common? I'm going to give these all a good shuffle. Each player is going to get a cat, so let me set up a 2-player game to demo, and then we're going to give the rest of these cards a good shuffle. Remember, it's 5 rounds. You're going to chase 3 trees in the first round, then 4, then 5, then 6, and finally 7. And the rounds will be very short, so it can play in 10 minutes. All right, depends how fluent everyone is in the gameplay. Start the game with a deck of 3, then the next round will be a deck of 4, and 5, and 6, and then 7. Okay, we're going to start for the first round with 3 trees in play. We've got a palm, a cherry, and an oak. Then we deal cards, and the number of cards each player gets is equal to the number of trees in play. Alright, so 1, 2, 3 cards each. Now remember, we're bidding for these trees. you can either play a card from your hand or pass. If you pass, then you can't replay during the round. Now what you're looking for, ideally, remember, what you're trying to do is get the most dogs on a tree to win that tree. Okay? Now I don't have any pairs, because every time you play, you can only play dogs of one breed. So I couldn't play the Jack Russell and the Husky and put 2 trees down, because they're different breeds, alright? You can only play one breed. So if you've got more than one, if you've got a matching pair, then you could potentially put 2 down. So let's play the Jack Russell to the oak. Now when you play the dog to the tree, we know whose is whose because of the direction it's pointing. So this is pointing towards me. That's my dog. Alright, so the Jack Russell's barking up the oak. He's currently winning that tree. Now player 2 looks at his hand, and what have we got? Okay, we've got a couple of options here. We've got a crossbreed. A crossbreed's useful. He's like a wild card. So we could play a Chihuahua and a crossbreed as a Chihuahua, make that 2 dogs, and that's a pair, and we can place that pointing towards us. And that'll be a challenge. Now we'd be winning the oak because we've got 2 dogs, whereas he's only got 1. Okay? Or we could just choose to play them to a different tree, or just 1 to another tree. So let's say I'll play the Alsatian to the cherry. Now that's a good number. Player 1 can't do much about that. I could play the Husky here, but the Alsatian is still winning because he's outranking the Husky, you see? So maybe he's going to say, let's play the Husky to the palm tree. Now we're winning 2 trees versus 1. Now player 2 says, alright, now I'm going to play my Chihuahua and my crossbreed, and I'm going to play them over here. Now there's another layer of strategy here, because you don't have to play out all your cards. This player may say, you know what, I'm just happy with the cherry. I'm going to stop here, let the other player take them, and I can bank 3 cards versus player 1 who's only got 2 cards. So when the next round comes along and 4 trees come out, each player's going to draw 4 cards. I'd be on 7 cards, and that might give me the advantage then in the next round. Do you see? So there's another layer of strategy there already. But let's plough on. Let's do that. Let's say, well, do you know what? I'm gonna win the oak. I'm gonna take the crossbreed and the Chihuahua. I'll play them there, and I've got 2 cards, 2 dogs barking at the oak. These now winning. Okay. Now player 1 can't play any more cards. Okay. Once you've got cards barking up a tree, you can't add any more. But there is a way around it, and that's by playing your cat. What the cat says, let me show you what we do. We play the cat, we discard it, okay. We grab a cat token, and we draw another card to replace the cat we've discarded. So we're back to 2 cards, and hopefully we'll get another dog. And we've got a Jack Russell Terrier. Not what I was looking for, as it goes. Because if I played my cat in this tree, what it means is, now it's kind of a free-for-all. I can continue to play cards to this tree as long as it's a different breed than's already barking up the tree. So what that means is I could play my Chihuahua if he hadn't. Alright, so I can't play that. I can't play that because he's already got a Chihuahua. Likewise, I can't play the Jack Russell. Okay? Because there's already a Jack Russell barking up this tree. What I was looking for was other breeds. Alright, but what I could do is play the cat here and then place the Chihuahua and the Jack Russell. Alright, 2 different breeds and are already there, and now suddenly I'm winning the cherry. Although my cards weren't of as good a rank, you know, if I'd have just played the Chihuahua here, the Alsatian would still be winning. But with the cat here, I can put 2 different breeds, and now I'm suddenly winning the cherry. Okay, now how does player 2 respond? Well, at the moment he's winning this one. If we play our cat, we can get a token. We draw another card, and we've got an Old English sheepdog. Now as it goes, we don't have to take the cat token. We could just discard the cat and draw another dog if we wanted to. Well, you don't have to play this token. And there's no benefit to me playing a cat token, because right now I could just play my Old English Sheepdog here and win the palm. I could play it here to the cherry and win that, because although there's 2 each, mine are better ranked. Okay, I've got a 2 versus an 8. No one's played the Old English Sheepdog, there's already a cat in the tree, and that wins it. So let's resolve it and see how we get. So, player 1 wins the palm, because he's the only one with a dog there. Player 2 wins the cherry, because he has the best ranked. And then player 2 also wins the oak, because he's got 2 dogs. The first player token moves over here, because he played last, he passed, and he passed. The last player to pass becomes first player. Now for the end of the round, you take all the cards on the discard pile, you shuffle them, and you place them on the bottom of the deck ready for the next round. So all these cards get recycled each time. We're going to have 4 trees for the next round. Oh, we've got 2 oaks come out. So this, it changes the strategy a little bit. We know that player 2 here is only going to get 2 points for an oak and 1 point for the third oak. So he might be more interested in the palm and the Ipe. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a Brazilian tree. Right, so it's 4 cards each. 4 cards for 4 trees. And then player 2 goes first. So let's see. Oh, we've got a lovely pair here. So let's do that first. Let's try and grab this Ipe tree. That's 2 Irish setters. Now player 1. Well, we don't have a pair. And we're going to play our lowest valued card, the 9, on one of these oaks. We're not interested in the palm, we've already got one. We think that player 2 is not necessarily interested in an oak, so we can play a low ranked card. Player 2, he thinks the same about the palm, so he's going to place his there. Now player 1, we've got 3 cards left. We could try and do a stealing job here on the palm, and then perhaps keep hold of these. We haven't got any cats, so we can't steal this one. That one's pretty safe. We could go and grab an extra point here. I think what we'll do is we'll play a stealing job, and we won't play R7 just in case he has a cat, you see. If we played R7 and he had a cat, we know he could play a cat to the tree, which means he could add more dogs, and he could potentially draw something better than a 7. So let's go for the husky on the palm. Player 2 is a little bit stuck now. We could do a spoiler on the oak. So why don't we do that? Let's play a spoiler on the oak. Yes, that was a bit mean. Now we're a bit stuck. There's nothing we can do here. So we're going to pass. We're going to keep 2 cards for next time. Player 2 has none. So we pass. Player 1 now passes. So he keeps the first player token, and then we figure out who's won what. So with only 1 dog each, the highest rank wins. Player 2's Alsatian wins the oak. Player 1's husky wins the palm. 2 Irish setters for player 2 wins the Ipe. And this oak goes unclaimed. I'm ready for the next round, so we shuffle up. See how this plays quite quickly? I'm already on to the 5 rounds. So 5 trees come out. Or Ipe, olive, spruce, eucalyptus. And we get 5 cards each. Let's see what player 2's going to do. We like the look of the eucalyptus and the olive and the spruce. Oh, we've got a cat, but not very good cards. Never mind. Alright, let's grab the one that we think. Yeah, let's try putting Jack down. there's a couple of these, and I've already got one. He hasn't got any. Let's go for the eucalyptus, and we'll make him fight for it. Player 1 then, let's see. Got the Alsatian, French Poodle, we've got a Jack Russell as well. Got a couple, and we can't play those two over here because there's already a Jack Russell. Remember, every time you play, it has to be a new dog breed. But we could play a simple French Poodle, but I don't have a cat. If player 2 does, he could win the eucalyptus from me, so we could use our couple of Chihuahuas, or our... yeah, we can't use those. We could use our crossbreed with another. Let's see if he's got a cat. Let's put 2, because if he's got a cat, we got more cards. We can always add more, you see. So let's play our 2 Chihuahuas to the eucalyptus. Interesting. Now, player 2 does have a cat, and we could easily add another dog to that eucalyptus, or we could go for something else. So let's keep our cat in our pocket at the moment. Let's leave it and see how player 1 responds. See, because you're at an advantage when you've got this guy, because you can pull him out whenever you like. Pushing him too early might be a mistake. Let's grab the olive tree with our French Poodle. It's the best card we've got. Not particularly good. Okay, so we can't play the French Poodle here. We can't play it here because there's already dogs here, unless the cat is played. We're winning the eucalyptus. We could be really mean. Place these 2 on the olive tree. Let's do that. Now all of a sudden player 1 has the advantage. Yes. We could take the spruce. Let's place a Chihuahua up here and see what... oh, this way, because this is player 2's. Let's see what player 1 does next. We're now winning the spruce over here. Again, we can be really mean and place 2 dogs. We've got a French Poodle and a crossbreed. We can play that as a poodle on the spruce. So player 2's having a hard time of it now. Now this is going to be tough because we've got a cat and we can see player 1's got 1 card left. So we're at a bit of advantage because potentially we can put down 2 somewhere. So we're losing all 3 at the moment. But we'd like that eucalyptus, I think. So let's time to play our cat. So we'll play the cat, we discard, draw another card. Another cat. We can then grab our cat token and we can put it up here. Play a dog here. Right, it's a new breed. There's no dachshunds here. We've got the highest number, 8 versus 10. And we've got a cat in our hand. Okay, player 1. We're winning these 2. We can either fight for this one and get 3 dogs here, or we can fight just for that one. Well, this is where you've got to kind of size up your opponent a little bit because we don't know what he's got in his hand here. So let's go for this. Let's fight. We've got 3 dogs now, and he's only got 2. We've got a cat, so we could fight over something else. We could just discard it, hope to get a dog that's better than a 4. That's what we've got to do. We've got to discard the cat, draw a card. Depending on what we get, it's a 5. So even if we played it here, it still won't win. So we're going to have to try and place it somewhere else and take one of these others. We could play it here. So let's put a cat on the olive tree, and we steal it using our husky. 5s. Lower than an 8, it's a higher ranked card. And now we've got 2 dogs as well. Without it, 2 dogs beats 1 dog. Alright, with it, 2 dogs versus 2, the husky wins. Everyone's out of cards. So player 1 passes, player 2 passes, he keeps the first player token, and let's see who wins what. These 2 get discarded. Player 1 wins the spruce. Player 2 wins the olive. And player 1 wins the eucalyptus. Okay, scores are a little better now. Redraw, and this time it's going to be 6 cards because we've got 6 trees. And that ends the game. Let's total up our final scores. So, player 1 wins this one. Player 1 wins this one. Player 1 wins this one. And then player 2 wins those 2. I'm not sure if that's enough. Let's count our final scores. Player 2 has how many unique trees? 8, that's pretty good going. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 2 points for the extra oak, that's 26 points. Player 1 has how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got another willow, another spruce, another palm. We do have the oak. So that means we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 21 points. 2 points for this one. 2 points for that one and 1 point for that one. So that's 2 plus 2, 4, 5, 28. Well, that was a pretty close game. You can draw in this game. If you both get the same score, then whoever barks the best like a dog will win, I think. That's Barking Up the Wrong Tree. Go and back it now on Kickstarter. See you next time.